Detroit is the greatest!
Straight up light you on fire for a Coney dog right now.
Takes, throws, end zone, Calvin, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
In the air, left field! The Tigers march to the World Series!
Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. I'm Benny Stubbs. Sitting across from me is Jason the King, Jarvi, dude.
I'm back again.
Absolutely.
From California and Las Vegas.
Shalom. How have you been, my friend?
It was a good week.
Absolutely.
We celebrated my 3-year wedding anniversary with the wife.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I know, thank you.
You're the man.
Yeah. California was nice.
Yes.
Got to swim in the ocean.
Oh.
It was over 100 degrees in Las Vegas, and I roasted.
No.
There's a lot of nice talent in both places.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, what about you? I listened to a little bit of last week's podcast.
Oh, yeah, Jackie came in. She was spectacular.
Jackie was good.
John was rock hard the entire time. Don't lie. Yes, you were.
You gotta clean this up. It's party town here.
At least he got off his damn phone for a minute. Jesus Christ.
He has multiple phones now.
He won't stop. He literally is a robot.
The technological singularity is happening.
The guy's out of his
He's
mind.
becoming one with the AI.
I'm sick and tired of him.
What a dick.
Absolutely, Jason.
Right.
Yes, he was.
I'm glad to have my own drop now. And I know, Vinny, you're struggling with trying to find a job.
Yeah. Well, let me be honest with you real quick.
Okay.
I haven't pushed my resume out at all yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working my ass off trying to save money. The problem is I am an alcoholic, degenerate moron. I get paid. Guess what I do?
What?
I go out and I make it rain. And I can't make it rain. I'm not in a position to be making it rain. But yet, I'm going out to these bars, throwing my money out, just flushing my revenue down the drain, down the toilet. And I got to stop doing it because it's a little relentless and I feel like a scumbag.
Well,
you take a picture of me, John.
You are in luck this week, Vinny.
Why?
Because there is a place.
Where?
That's looking for alcoholic, degenerate morons.
Oh, my God. I'm the guy.
Jim Harbaugh is looking for a personal assistant.
Yes.
He put it out there. The University of Michigan put out that they're looking for that personal assistant.
Me.
For Jim Harbaugh.
I'll do it.
To help with all facets of coaching and his life.
Oh, my God.
You get to plan his family picnics.
Yes.
You get to press his khakis.
Oh, I won't do that.
You get to look at him shirtless all the time.
I'll do that.
You get to compare yourself to
You
him.
throw a banana hammock in there and we're talking business.
What's the real? Are you going to apply for this? Because I think this is a good fit for you.
How do
Vinny.
you apply?
You got to go on uofm.com, probably, whatever that is. Go blow yourself.
What are you trying to say? Oh, you're talking smack about blue.
Yes.
Ooh, it's all good.
Let's do this. That's a great idea, Vinny.
What?
Let's get you to apply.
I'll apply. All right?
Good. That's good. Well, I'll put it down.
Okay.
I'm going to check back. You're going to get a reply from Harbaugh.
You think so?
You need to tweet him. You'd be like, hey, I'm a degenerate.
I'm that guy.
I can take my shirt off, too.
Yes, I can. And it's going to look worse than his.
Could you imagine Jim Harbaugh interviewing Vinny?
Can you imagine? Like, yeah, we're both shirtless.
He loves his milk.
Yes, he does.
He's going to make you drink a lot of milk.
I would never drink milk if you paid me. Unless it was too
You may have to play baseball games with him.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he just wants somebody to play catch with.
I would slap his rear end and have just a glorious time with Jim Harbaugh if he was to hire me. And I'm going to look into that, and I want to thank you. And I hate Green. I hate the Spartans. I don't like John. I can't stand him on his phone all the time. And I don't like you for liking the Spartans. So we're going to take a break.
He is
When
on
we
his
come
phone.
back, I'm going to smash all your phones.
We are not going to take a break yet. We just started.
All right.
I'm back, and the Tigers. Oh boy, they're not looking good right now,
Dude.
I feel like we say this every time. The Tigers are not looking good.
No, they're not.
I know that they're 34-33.
They're looking like...
They're 5.5 games back.
Are they 5.5 games back?
They're 5.5. They're number 3 in the Central right now.
Yeah, and they're 3 games behind the Twins. Are they for real? I think so. I'm nervous. I'm scared, and I don't like it.
I was looking at some of their team stats. They're second in the league in batting average, which is confusing because
They leave so many guys stranded on base, and Miguel Cabrera's the only guy driving in runs.
That's what it is.
It's kind of crazy.
Pretty much every other stat, they're middle of the road, aside from Ks per 9 innings pitched, which they're towards the bottom of the league, which I think that's something that we haven't really seen in Detroit in years, because we're used to Verlander and Scherzer and even Sanchez, Porcello when he was here last year, just getting Ks and getting guys out.
They're not doing it.
So I mean, how much is that we're just not performing right now?
I don't know what the problem is. I think it's Brad Ausmus, and no one respects the guy. Listen, I read a report on MLive. Dude, Ausmus on Verlander, despite the fact that the numbers won't look as good, I thought his stuff was much better than it was his last start against Cleveland. You got to be kidding me. He threw 117 pitches. Out of those 117 pitches, 50 of them were four-seam fastballs, 10 hits, 6 runs, and 3 home runs. They're 2-4 since our last podcast. I'm sick to my stomach.
They're 2-4, but they're 5-5 in their last 10 games.
I don't care.
The Tigers right now, they're looking very, very average. They're 34-33. They're nearly 500. And unfortunately, I think that's maybe where they're going to be headed the rest of the season.
They suck. And Castellanos, I don't know what his problem is. That guy couldn't hit a crack rock in a dope house. This guy's in shambles. Get rid of him.
I love JV. We've seen 2 different outings. One where he was okay. One where, his stuff wasn't as there. Unless we see a marked difference in Verlander, I think this might be what we're getting from him.
Yeah,
we're going to see mid-90s fastballs, which it's not bad, but we need to have the old JV back if we're going to have any hope of getting to the Central.
Yeah.
Because KC right now, they're blowing me away right now because it doesn't make sense. They're doing it with guys who you just don't expect it from.
They're buying into Ned Yost, and they're just the complete package.
And Minnesota is...
Where the hell did they come from?
Nobody knows.
I don't understand.
What happened to the White Sox? The Indians the Indians aren't bad either. They have great pitching.
They're garbage. Everything in Cleveland's garbage.
Everything in Cleveland is garbage. They're the armpit of America. I'll stand by that.
Yes, they are. John, what's wrong with you? This topic isn't good enough? Or do you want us to talk about Dusty Rhodes? Like he was a great wrestler.
I'm very sad that he passed away.
He was a piece of shit.
You weren't down with the American Dream?
No.
Who were you down with?
Who? The Ultimate Warrior and Rick the Model Martel.
What about Hulk?
He was okay too, but he's really creepy in real life. So I don't
Andre
like
the Giant.
He was great.
Anybody want the peanut?
No, you're right. I'm sullen because I've been watching too many Tigers games. I need to take a break. Watching them in 13 innings lose. I'm watching JV, who is supposed to be giving up. What stings is I really wish he would have just plunked A-Rod. But no, he gives up a fat meatball pitch right down the middle for A-Rod's 3,000th hit.
Do you think he may have just done that to get it out of the way?
I don't know. But A-Rod's still on steroids, right?
Who knows?
Yes, he is. Come on.
It's possible. I
don't come back
I would
like
think that they test him. Or maybe it is that he really is that good of a player.
Maybe he is. But I still hate his guts. And I
So...
don't like him.
But Vinny, I have a question.
What?
You're very angry with the Tigers, but you had them at 81 and 81. So before the season, you kind of had a vibe that this team wasn't going to be any good, and now it's living up to form. They're not playing that well. Why the hate? Why are you so mad? I know they're not playing well. Why are you so mad, bro?
I don't know. I spoke from the heart at the beginning of the season, but I'm still pissed off. I didn't want it to come to fruition.
Because you want to expect that they're going to win, and that's what we've seen over these 4 Central titles.
Yeah.
That they don't necessarily look like they're gonna win those games, but they find ways to do that, and they haven't been doing that this season. Our one hope right now is that Victor Martinez, who came back last night, was 1 for 4, is that he comes and goes on a tear, and that other guys they start to step it up. Miguel can't do everything. We got to have more. If Victor Martinez doesn't improve, if other guys don't get better and start providing more for this team, we're looking at 81 and 81, 500 season or
sucks.
worse. And I don't think there's any one answer to really fix this team.
Did you guys see the base running mistake by Kinsler that cost us?
My God.
It was unbelievable. You have the heart of the order coming up. You're on third base. Yes, the ball gets past the third baseman, but the porch there is not that long. So he was easily thrown out, and it cost us a run. And these base running errors are piling up.
Calm down, John. Your blood pressure's rising.
I know. I can't take.
You gotta
I
look
can't
at your
take.
phone again.
Jason, you calm down too.
I
Get that
can't
phone.
take simple mistakes, especially when a player with experience like Kinsler should know he doesn't need to take that risk, especially when you have Cabrera.
Listen,
you have Cabrera, JD, and Cespedes coming up. He shouldn't even tried to go home. Why? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't know, and I disagree with you, Jason. I think Miguel Cabrera can do it all.
I think Miguel can do it all, but like LeBron with the finals, that's not going to win you a championship, and that's what we're looking for. We're not looking to win another AL Central title. We're looking to get to the World Series. We're looking to win a World Series, and that's all that really matters now.
World Series.
And that's all that we really care about. I mean, if we get another AL Central title, it doesn't matter because next year we'll just talk about, hey, we have 5 Central titles, but we still don't have a bullpen and we don't have consistent hitting.
34-33. Jason, what are they going to do? Are they going to go to the playoffs?
I'm actually going to come out today. I was adamant.
Let's pause.
I was adamant.
I want you to lay your testicles down on the table right now.
They are on the table.
They're on the table.
I was adamant at the beginning of the season
They're round.
that they would make the playoffs. They would win the Central title, and they would go to the World Series. They're not going to the World Series. They're not winning the Central title. They're not making the playoffs.
Oh, my God.
They're going to
What a dick.
They're going to I feel like a dick, but that's what I feel like right now. Unless we see improvement from the players that we expected from, they're not going to win the Central, and they're not even going to win a wild card.
You're seeing the light.
You guys are right. And another part that we're not seeing is accountability. Kinsler's mired in a 2 for 24 slump. Nick Castellanos is batting under 200 in the month of June. And Victor Martinez comes up and you send down Collins, who's batting 275. He's a decent bat. I don't think that there's accountability going on right now. And the more that I see Castellanos out there at third base, I mean, you had me thinking we should go out and get Sandoval, a guy that's a guy that's liking pictures on Instagram. I know, but we need to upgrade at third base, and you can't put Romine out there. You can't put Wilson, a role player, out there. What are we going to do at third base?
I don't know. Put Cabrera back there and put Victor Martinez at
under
first.
200 for the month of June, and it's not getting any better.
What do you want? I agree.
Sit. He should have been sent down, not Collins.
What the hell are they going to do?
I don't think there really is anything
There's
they
always
can
that
do.
Don Kelly. It doesn't matter what you do.
We'd have to make multiple moves towards the trade deadline to really improve this team. If they're not getting better the way that they are, you're looking at trying to get at least 2 pieces. You'd need one bat, and you would need, I'm guessing, a bullpen arm. I mean,
You're guessing.
yeah, we need we need a bullpen and we need a starter because Shane Green isn't doing it. Kyle Ryan is the answer. Are we going to bring back Buck Farmer? He's number 3 on the depth chart probably right now.
Buck Farmer's ERA is 12.60.
Oh, that's wonderful. That sounds perfect for what we need right now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's why I've changed my decision that they're not going to make the playoffs. That I don't think Dombrowski can really. He doesn't have the pieces to make a move to propel us into the playoffs.
Yeah. As bad as their bullpen is, don't you think if Jim Leyland was still here, they'd be better than 34-33?
No, I don't.
You got to be kidding me.
I don't, because I
They got
think
way too much talent on offense, dude. Way too much talent.
we have too much talent on offense, but they're the ones who aren't hitting the ball. I mean, do you think just Leland talking to them is going to make a difference or getting angry at them?
Yeah.
I don't think that's not the case. And Leland's still around. You're not going to tell me that these guys wouldn't love to win a championship. Because it's still technically Leland built this club.
We're never going to win a World Series, dude. Never.
Not in the iteration that it is right now.
No.
As we're recording this, 2 more games versus the Yankees. Do you think we win any of these games?
Yes, tonight. Who's pitching?
Good question.
Come on, Twitter
We don't
guy.
even know who's pitching.
Dude, you have all these phones and you don't know?
We got to win. Yeah, I think we could win at least one. The Yankees they're garbage too. Come on now.
What is it? I mean, it's got to be Simon's turn to pitch.
Alfredo?
The big pasta, the big sauce.
What is the big noodle?
Yeah.
What is Verlander 5th in the rotation? 4th? It ain't Sanchez, is it?
So I mean, Price, he's obviously number 1. So number 2 is Sanchez.
Tom Gorzolani?
No, 2 would be Simon. So 3 would probably be Verlander. 4 Sanchez. 5 Green, Ryan, Farmer, Lobstein, whoever.
Dude, unbelievable. What are we going to do?
I think they'll win at least one of these games against the Yankees because they always seem to beat them.
They got to beat the Yankees. Who's pitching tonight, John? What's taking you so damn long?
I'm
I'm running out of material. There's nothing going on in the sports world.
Come on, what a dick.
No, what's
You
your
got to play
problem?
that drop.
Jesus.
You got all the phones. You're not doing anything.
Nothing.
What a dick.
We have like
Thank you.
minimal material over here.
Okay, tonight, Alfredo Simon on Saturday is pitching versus Nathan Evaldi. Then Sunday, Anibal Sanchez goes up against Masahiro Tanaka.
Oh,
Thank
I
you,
take it back.
Colin.
We're not going to win any of those games.
No, I think Saturday's the chance. I think Tanaka's a good pitcher.
Yeah, I think we beat Simon gets the win, or he gets whatever the no decision win. Tanaka, F that guy, whatever.
And then the next opportunity for you guys to possibly view Justin Verlander and evaluate him is on the road Wednesday versus Cleveland. I'm still being positive with JV. I think he's going to give you a lot of innings. I think he's going to give you an opportunity to win most games.
Who's he going up against with Cleveland?
They don't have that far ahead. They just got David
John,
Price on Tuesday.
you don't know anything. Come
You
on.
need to give Verlander like a month.
You need another phone.
Yeah, you need like 20 of them.
I'm on MajorLeagueBaseball.com, and they have the Tiger stats. They don't have.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm on Brazzers.com.
I will say, I think Justin Verlander gets the win against Cleveland. Cleveland is they have great pitching, but they're pretty awful hitting wise.
Everything in Cleveland's awful. I don't. That's an understatement.
They have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I don't care. They can have the
That's kind of okay.
Pornhub.com Hall of Fame. I don't care. Cleveland is just an awful place. And everybody from Cleveland's a douchebag. Jason Jarvi.
I really don't have a response to that.
Are you guys stuffing the ballots to get some of the Tigers on the All-Star team?
No, I don't have time.
35 votes per email. You like that Major League Baseball came out and had to withdraw 60 million votes.
I did like that.
Kansas City's stuffing it so much, it's unbelievable. Why can't the Tigers do that? Let's just put up all the
Because they're playing like garbage.
Let's get Romine to start. Let's get Romine to start the All-Star game. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some Pistons.
Oh, my God.
The draft is coming up.
Yes, it is.
And hopefully Vinny doesn't melt down this time.
Hopefully. On Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Doc here for DetroitSportsPodcast.com. Check out our website and support our project free. Go to the website, check out all great online deals at DetroitSportsPodcast.com. You can get deals on tickets, on sporting gear, on car rentals. Check out the website, and you can click through the Amazon banner. Anytime that you want to shop online, just click through DetroitSportsPodcast.com, click through that Amazon banner, bookmark us, and every time you make an online purchase, they kick us back a little something. Thank you for the support. It allows us to provide 2 to 3 great podcasts a week. We greatly appreciate it. DetroitSportsPodcast.com. And now back to Jarvi and Stubbs on the Motor City Sports Rant.
I guess I don't. Oh, you mad, huh? Oh, you mad, huh? Whoa, oh, you mad, huh? Oh, she gonna be mad, right? Ain't that
Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. Jason Jarvi.
Vinny, last time we talked about the Pistons draft, you were a little upset about Mario Hezonja.
Yeah. Is it Hezonja or Hezonja?
I think it's everyone's saying Hezonja.
I know. I've been hearing the
So
same
I'm
thing.
going to go with that.
I'm going to go along with you and say yes. I'm going to go with that.
So the latest ESPN mock draft, your boy Hezonja,
Hezonja, lasagna.
you should be happy. He's going 5.
Oh,
he's
thank
going
God.
to the Magic. I actually hadn't heard this name that they have the Pistons taking at 8. They actually have the Pistons taking from Wisconsin Sam Decker, not Frank Kaminsky. Sam Decker, the guy he kind of made a name for himself towards the end of the season. He was shooting the lights out, and I think he's had some pretty good workouts with the Pistons. Had some pretty good, tryouts. But what do you think? Is Sam Decker? Does he look like he's a guy? He's a shooter. You think he's a fit? Or what do you think?
I agree. I think at the 8th position, the Pistons need a shooter. And I know Vinny brought it up in the pre-show meeting that Drew Sharp wrote a great article this Saturday at Freep.com regarding the Pistons' absolute need for a shooter. And he also brought up a point that was really interesting in that in the last few seasons, a player that was drafted in the top 10 that just played 1 year of college really hasn't come out and been, an established superstar and an established shooter outside of Kevin Durant. And he brought up some great names, and he liked
Booker.
I'll check fast. Yep, he liked Booker, exactly.
Justice Winslow, Stanley Johnson, and your boy Kelly
Kelly Oubre.
And to your point
Let's see
earlier,
the Dan Miller sit in so I can smell it.
and to your point earlier, I'm happy that Hazonia is not going to be there. I just think that a lot of times when you have two guys from Europe, it's going to be a little bit tough to get behind because a lot of us are still traumatized by the whole Darko pick at number 2 a few years back.
Oh, no doubt.
But he did have
A few years back, it's been 12 years.
Has it really been that long?
Dude, could you believe it?
It set the franchise back. Till to this day, we could have still been a contending team. But Hazonia, great player. He's still playing overseas. I think he dropped 18 points versus Real Madrid last night. A lot of people over there scouting him. I think he's got a lot of talent, and he's going to go well before 8. And I'm glad, and I'm interested now. I'll peek a little bit at the player's potential. But the guys you've said, Vinny, Stanley Johnson, a lot of the Justice Winslow, are guys that are strong, but they're not consistent shooters. And that's what we need now in this new era of basketball. I think a lot of teams now are going to move towards what Golden State does, space the floor and pass it out, kick it for threes.
Yep.
And so you need a guy that's going to shoot the ball. And so what I think is they're going to take a player at 8, but I think they're going to get that shooting forward in free agency, whether it be a Flalo or I personally like a player that's won a ring, that can be consistent, that might fit this system. I'm hoping on some level, on some way, we can work out a deal with San Antonio's free agent Danny Green. Ooh. He's a good player. That guy can shoot, and he's had success in the past. So I'm targeting more help at shooting forward in free agency and getting a good player.
His name is floating around. You know who else's name's floating around?
Who's that?
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler, but he could re-sign with Chicago. I've heard LaMarcus Aldridge.
I heard
it's another guy. But I think all those guys that you mentioned, Winslow, Booker, Johnson, Hazonia even, I think all those guys are people that the Pistons are looking at. And I don't think all those guys are going to be there at 8. I definitely think Hazonia, he's going to be gone. And I think Justice Winslow is going to be gone. So I think you're really looking at Devin Booker, Stanley Johnson, and throw in Sam Decker. They're really going to be looking for a two-way player. And the safer picks would be either Decker or Booker, because those are two guys you could bring them in right away, and they're going to provide you instant offense. And that's one thing that the Pistons need.
They're very young.
It may not be the first thing that they need, but they need shooting, and those guys are shooters. I think the riskier pick would be Stanley Johnson, because I think he has the possibility to be a guy who could be an all-star, and he could be a team he could be a player that would complement, Andre Drummond and Reggie Jackson and form that core of a team. But you don't know. He could come in and be a head case. If we had the pick of all those players, Justice Winslow would be my choice, because I think he's probably the best two-way player out there right now. I think he may turn into the best player in this first round, because I think because I think the guys who are going 1 and 2, I think they're going to go into rough situations. I think Winslow has the chance to be like a Kevin Durant type of player who comes in and he makes that organization. Winslow would be my pick, but if him and Hazonia, if both of those guys are gone, I would go with Devin Booker, because he looks like the best shooter of the group.
I don't get it. Do you want Winslow or Booker?
You're
all over. You love everybody. You trust Stan too much.
I do trust Stan, and that's another thing. I think he's going to make the right choice, and I still wouldn't mind. I think if Hazonia was there, I think if it was between Hazonia and Booker and Stanley Johnson, I think he goes Hazonia, because he wants that. Because they've been loving up on Hazonia. They love his shooting, they love his attitude, and they think that he could be another foreign star. But Winslow, I think, is the best, and that's the guy that I would want.
Yeah.
And that's just what I think that Stan Van Gundy is going to do. He's going to pick the best guy that fits the team.
Stan, I want you to listen to me right now. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to exhale. Now close your eyes and listen.
Don't take a white player.
Don't take a white player. I was going to say that too. Draft somebody.
Why?
Listen. Shh. Calm it down. Please start winning and make the right decision. And I'll slap you on the rear end and congratulate you. Seriously, we're inept. We've been irrelevant since 2010.
Now, Jason, you were on vacation when they made the trade for Ilyasova, making around what?
Oh my God,
$8 million a year.
That's
think.
not even news.
What would you think? Jason wasn't here. I want to get his opinion. What did you think when the trade went down?
What do you think about the Pistons moving downtown? I mean, it's going to happen, right? I mean, the whole city's behind it. It makes no sense, which is great for Detroit.
It
And Motor
makes
City
no
Sports
sense.
Rant, length or girth. Length and girth. You have both length and girth, and I have neither.
Vinny Stubbs can go drink down there with you.
I couldn't go drink down there with you.
He'll single-handedly help your quarterly numbers at the bars.
I will not help. I will disintegrate all your chances.
My feelings on that trade, I have no feelings. I don't know what the guy does.
No one knows what he does.
What are you talking about? He could potentially can be a great defender, a great rebounder, but the issue is his consistency. And it's just one of those things where he brings it some nights he's not there. Some nights he can get 20 rebounds, and he can be a strong defensive presence.
How do you know?
And other nights because...
You watch him?
No.
No, of course not.
For the last 5 years, besides this last year, I didn't do it. I played fantasy basketball.
You played fantasy basketball.
I played fantasy basketball.
That's lame.
And
That's bad, dude.
it was fun. I won one league, and I got second the other, and then flamed out the other 3 years. But I watched him play, and he's a guy that...
Flamed out.
He flamed out, and so you looked at his rebounds, he was a guy that for some nights would drop double-doubles, and then other nights he just wouldn't show up. So... But I don't,
I think the one thing that it does say is bringing that guy in. I think Greg Monroe's gone.
Yeah, I heard he's going to the
probably
Lakers
going
or the Knicks.
Yeah, I think he's going to the Knicks. So
see you, Greg.
I'm fine with that because I wanted to build around Drummond and Reggie Jackson and KCP. I want KCP to be the next Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm. So if the Pistons don't make the playoffs this year, does some of your trust wear away with Stan? If 2 years in a row under his leadership they don't make the playoffs?
I think it depends on where they finish. They got to compete. If they're not competing, then yeah. Who are we calling? Are we calling Pete?
Hello? Hey, is this Stan Van Gundy? Yes, it is. Who is this? This Joe Dumars. Hi, Joe. I was wondering if you could draft the white guy that can't shoot. I was thinking about actually getting a guy like a Sam Decker or a Devin Booker. No. Listen to me. Go out and draft the most out-of-shape white guy you can find that can't shoot. Trust me.
And European.
We gonna win. I'll take it into consideration, Joe. Please. Okay, I'll do it. This is bad. That was pretty terrible.
So you
Good job,
think
Eddie.
Joe Dumars is still running the show?
Not happening.
Behind closed doors, yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if you listen to that phone call, I mean, obviously.
That happened, and that was
did.
courtesy of Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. That leaked out, and John McEnroe was the one that actually went out and got it. So congratulations, John McEnroe.
Congrats.
My goodness gracious. Studley monster.
So who do you think the Pistons will take then?
Me?
In the draft, yes.
I don't know. I have no clue. I'll be happy whatever they can get, as long as they can get a shooter. It doesn't matter to me, really.
Do you want
Booker or Decker? I don't care.
I think Booker, the shooter, or do you want Stanley Johnson, who could be more of an all-around guy?
To be completely honest with you, I'm not completely 100% sure, but if Drew Sharp likes his Devin Booker guy, then I'm on board with Devin Booker because Drew Sharp is seriously a Studley monster, and he's a genius. Seriously, I respect him a lot. Even though I've met him in person and he wasn't a very nice guy to me, I still appreciate his opinion.
What happened? Did he blow you off?
If he blew me off, I'd be praising him right now. No, he didn't blow me off. He just didn't talk to me.
Yeah, I definitely think he has he doesn't have the best opinions, and I think a lot of people disagree with him. A lot of the times he is right.
Yes, he is.
John, what do you think the Pistons, what do you think they're going to do in the draft? They got Ilyasova, your boy, from fantasy basketball.
He doesn't care as long as he can undress Hooper.
Oh, man, there's so many options. I just want him to get a guy that's going to be consistent and can make an impact the first year. There's so many different options, but I do agree that they're going to take a look at getting a forward. I do think, though, if Justice Winslow is there, I agree with you. I think he's the guy that shakes out to be a player that could fit in our system. And if he's there, they're going to take Justice Winslow. So we
If
need
he's
a guy
not there, who do they take?
And if he's not there, then maybe Oubre, or potentially Booker. Those are the three guys I would say are the leading three candidates to be drafted by.
If they
the
draft the
Pistons.
white guy, I'm not supporting the Pistons anymore.
Sam Decker is a white guy.
Is he?
Yes.
But also,
I don't want him.
Also, if they're keeping it close to the vest, maybe pay attention to a trade down and get Kaminsky.
We need to stay away from the white players.
Another white guy.
I can't take it anymore. Don't you dare. Don't you dare draft a white guy, Stan Van Gundy.
We say trade down to the 14-15 and take Kaminsky. Piss Vinny off. That would make for a great podcast.
my God.
When they announce Frank Kaminsky, I will be dying laughing.
To answer your question before, if they don't make the playoffs next year,
If they don't make the playoffs next year, I'm going to commit suicide. And that's on record.
we'll put that on record. But
I might be dead before that. So
it will all depend on how they compete. If they're close, because the Eastern Conference, it's not that good. So
it's not?
No, I know it's surprising, right?
Oh.
But if they finish They got to at least finish close to 400.
They got to
or
just finish 400.
That's the expectations now.
They got to finish at least 400.
They got to finish at least 400.
That's our expectations of the Pistons.
At least 35 wins.
They got to at least lose 80 games.
That's where it's gotten to. It's true.
Oh, my God. I hate you, Joe Dumars. Your ghost lives on.
Now, one guy that I was very high on, the Pistons trying to go get, Draymond Green.
No, it ain't
Not
happening.
He
No,
just
it's not
finished
happening.
the finals. Did you see his interview where he was ripping on the Cavs?
Oh, he had some bubbly in him. He had some bubbly up in there.
He was drinking.
They deserve it.
Yeah, you have a good time when you win, and he had a
No,
good
I'm
old
saying
time.
that Cleveland deserves it. Not
What do you
Draymond
think,
Green
though?
doesn't deserve anything.
What do you think? Magic Johnson actually came out, and he said that Draymond Green
Magic
was one of
Johnson.
the top 5 players in the league right now.
Yeah, I don't know about that. No,
There's
maybe
no
top
way.
15, maybe.
And maybe, I would say top 20.
Yeah, maybe not even
No
that.
way in the top 5. Because he listed, you got LeBron James, and then you got your guys like Russell Westbrook, but then, Draymond Green's right around 5. You got, name some players. You got Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
Who, there's more players.
Yeah,
Paul
of course.
George.
Danny Green's better than Draymond Green. Danny Granger.
I think
is
we're
better
having
than
some
Draymond
trouble naming
Green.
some players right now.
I
Maybe
know,
Draymond-
I can go on for days.
Well, keep
James
going.
Harden,
James Harden, that's right, yeah.
Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Anderson Varejao,
Ooh, he's
Rip Hamilton,
they signed to that
Paul
contract, so he
Pierce?
must be that good.
Doug Collins,
Yeah,
Rick
you-
Carlisle,
And you believe that?
AIDS.
Can you believe that he's going to probably be paid upward of $12 to $15 million, being basically a one-dimensional player? He's got to work on his offensive game. He missed so many easy looks; it was unbelievable. His first time in the NBA Finals, he was a little bit nervous, and once he kicked it into gear after Game 3, they played a lot better. But you can't pay a guy like that $15
That
million.
was the worst NBA Finals I've ever seen.
The
in my
Warriors
life.
are going to pay him that money.
Yeah, well, so
They're gonna match whatever.
Did you see the Warriors shoot one shot from the paint that entire series? It was all threes.
Essentially,
That
but that's
was
what they
the
are. That's the way.
worst
That's
NBA
the way the
Finals
team
I've
is
ever
built,
seen.
and I think that's the way that the NBA is really moving.
Oh, I can't watch
James
it.
Harden just jacks up threes. I think LeBron James, if he wants to get better, he's got to change the game to that. He's got to get his outside shot.
You don't talk about the best player in the world like that.
Oh, he's the greatest player in the world. We'll talk about that coming up, about LeBron James being
the
the greatest player
loser on the planet.
in the world. But yeah, we'll talk about that coming up, and we still have length of girth and
LeBron James' hairline.
oh yeah, that too.
And length and what? Length or what?
Length or something.
Oh, my God. Length or girth. On the Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. John McEnroe, dude.
to follow these guys on our social media platform, definitely check out our Twitter page at Detroit Podcast. Follow Jarvi the King at Jarvi the King on Twitter. Follow Vinny Stubbs at Vinny Stubbs. When there's games going on, definitely check out our Twitter page at Detroit Podcast. We love interacting with the fans. We love bantering back and forth. We throw out questions nonstop, and we believe we're the most interactive social media outlet here in the city of Detroit. So check us out at Detroit Podcast. Interact. We oftentimes read your tweets here on the podcast. We do Ask Vinny. We do a lot of questions. So check us out. Be part of our growing sports community at our Twitter page at Detroit Podcast. Back to the Motor City Sports Rant on the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. Jason Jarvi, dude.
John, get off your phone.
Yes.
It's time to talk about the greatest player ever.
Oh, my God.
Oh, LeBron James. Before that, I do want to give a shout out to Detroit Sports Nation.
Yes, Detroit Sports Nation, thank you.
They're
Jesus
great.
Christ.
They're great people.
Yes, they are.
They like to they feature our podcast on their page. They're great individuals. They're a great place to go for
Everything.
everything Detroit sports. So thanks to those guys.
Yes.
DetroitSportsNation.com.
Detroit Sports Nation.
Visit those guys.
24/7. They are beasts. Detroit Sports Nation.
They are like an ESPN.com for Detroit sports.
ESPN.com for Detroit Sports.
Thank you, Vinny. But back to LeBron James, the greatest player ever to play the game, right?
Yes. And the greatest hairline, possibly. In
He's the
NBA
greatest, right? How many championships has he won?
history. I think like 500.
I think he's won 2.
Oh, 2.
But he's only been in what? This is the first championship he's lost,
He's been in,
right?
like 6.
What?
Yeah.
He's been in 6 NBA championships, and he's only won 2.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
Especially for the greatest person on the planet.
He's the greatest player in the world.
He's the greatest human being on earth.
He said it himself. He's the greatest player ever. I know you want to play that drop, John. Play it. What a dick.
Absolutely.
Yes, what a dick.
You guys are hating on LeBron. Dude was dropping 35 plus
I
a
ain't
game.
hating on nobody.
Yeah, one player. If the Warriors gave it to him, Andre Iguodala wasn't even covering him.
So you're saying LeBron was expected to beat 6 players by himself? He was kicking it out to J.R. Smith, who was throwing up bricks for Dellavedova, who was arguably the worst backup potential to Kyrie Irving. They should have went out and got someone.
God.
He had one good game, and everyone was like, "Let's buy his jersey."
So people bought his jersey.
They won 2 games. They won 2 games. You guys are hating, man.
I'm pretty sure I saw a tweet from you about Dellavedova.
I liked it.
You were like, Daddy, oh my God.
Oh my God, cuz Dellavedova is so talented.
So Australian. It's wonderful. No, LeBron James is horrible.
He's a terrible human.
He can't win unless he has a bunch of hired guns.
Absolutely.
He didn't win his first time with the Cavs when he was the only player.
versus San Antonio, one of the dynasties in the last 20 years.
You know,
Yeah, but he's the greatest player in the world. He should be able to win. Michael Jordan was able to do that.
yeah, what are you not understanding?
So he went to Miami. They lost their first time.
Against
And
Dallas.
they had Dwayne Wade. They had the superstar team. They won the next 2, and then they lost again. And then he came back to Cleveland.
And then they
tried
listened
to
to the
build
Motor
another
City Sports
superstar
Rant.
team. Yeah, they listened to us, and they lost.
Because they downloaded it on a different platform other than Stitcher, Pod FM, and Podomatic, and Pod FM.
So you guys are sitting here at this table recording this, arguing that LeBron is not the best basketball player in the world.
I definitely
is. He's a
think
piece
he
of garbage.
is. He's the best basketball player, the best individual basketball player. He could probably go up against anybody and probably beat them. But Michael Jordan played with a team, and then he won 6 NBA titles in 6 tries. Look at all the other greats. And how many did Magic Johnson win?
Yeah, but you guys are discounting some of the great players that he played with. Kerr, B.J. Armstrong, Scottie Pippen.
BJ.
Michael Jordan
Armstrong.
made those guys better.
He
Why
did.
can't LeBron make Matthew Dellavedova better?
Dude, come
Why
on.
can't J.R. Smith should be able to make J.R. Smith better?
Okay, how would he do that? How would LeBron James, outside of scoring 30, playing super hard, getting all the assists,
Super
being being a leader on the court, what else can he do? He can't force the ball into the basket. And that's why I don't give him that much slack for losing this finals. I mean, by all accounts, it was supposed to be a sweep. And once Kyrie went down, they won another game. He did the best he could, and with Love, and I agree with Vinny, who said he was going to put up a $500 bet that they would win next year. With Love and with Irving, this team could potentially win 2 or 3 in a row. I don't discount the fact that, or I don't hate the fact that LeBron, because he didn't win the title single-handedly versus a great team, a team that won 67 games, a team that featured some great defense. You got to remember, Golden State was the best offensive team and the best defensive team. It was a great team. Coached, they were out-coached. I mean, you think he really going into the matchup?
they were
Steve Kerr
out-coached.
versus Blatt.
It wasn't Steve Kerr versus Blatt. It was Steve Kerr versus LeBron James.
Yes.
David Blatt, he's a figurehead. He's the Queen of England. He's just there for show.
Dave Blatt
LeBron
needs to be
James is
fired.
on the sideline while Blatt's drawing up a play. LeBron James is like, no, we're not doing that. Who would actually ever want to coach LeBron James? And I think that's one thing that Michael Jordan actually had. He had Phil Jackson, who could actually rein him in. I don't think there's a coach out there that can rein LeBron James in.
Stan Van Gundy.
No, I don't even think Stan could do that.
Yes, he could. He could do all things possible through
Who would
Dumar's
ever want to
restraint.
coach LeBron James?
I know. I can't believe David Blatt. If reports came out, whether it be true or false, that LeBron James wanted me to be his kicking boy, whipping boy, and to be around so that he could discount me, he was completely eviscerated this week. How can anyone?
Eviscerated?
How can anybody respect David Blatt? He should
Did you
came out there and
listen
been
to
like,
any of his end of season press conference?
he was bad.
blowing LeBron so hard.
It was
Who
bad.
wouldn't blow him?
He was,
I would have you
to
know what?
quote Vinny, he was sucking the skin off.
Sucking the skin off of what?
You know what?
It was bad.
He was talking about, oh, it's such a privilege to coach the greatest player of all time. He's so good, and it's all about trying to figure out what works best for LeBron.
It's all about Stan Van Gundy. Everything right now in life.
So do you think
We're
that,
34 and 33.
But don't you think, though, that players want to play with LeBron because they've seen now he's made it 5 consecutive years to the finals. Dude is a hard worker. He is an individual that, very high basketball IQ, and when he loses, I think he's going to have that fire next year. Look out. I think Cleveland could win 60 games next year with a retooled
I don't care if they win
one or
60
two more
games. They're
pieces.
gonna lose the finals again.
Yeah, so then it'll be another stacked team that LeBron James wins with. They're going to go out, they're going to try and sign Kevin Durant probably when
That's
he
the era we're
becomes
in.
a free agent.
That's the era we're in now.
And that's...
Don't hate the player, hate the game, baby.
Actually, they're not going to lose the
I do
finals
hate the
next year
game,
'cause I
'cause
put 500 on it.
It's completely changed. The fact that Dan Gilbert is going to LeBron James, asking him what he wants about this team, that's horrible.
Why?
Yeah, you know
He
what?
is the best player in the
Okay,
world.
you know what's making it horrible? It's the series of one-year contracts that you can opt out of year after year. Those contracts for general managers are ridiculous. You give all the power to the player, and that's what happens. Because if LeBron gets a sense that, I'm not happy or they're not respecting me, I'm just going to opt out and go anywhere I want and pick a team that's going to make it to the finals.
Yeah, but he's the greatest player of the world, right? So, and if he was the greatest player in the world, he would commit to a team. He would try to build it and win championships that way, not just try to maximize his worth. Because that's all the sports are right now. The players are just trying to maximize their worth. I mean, would you disagree?
No, I agree 100%. But if you're a player and you have a team that's offering you one-year deals and you can decide, hey, I can cut this, or are offering you deals and you can cut it anytime you want and leave, of course you're going to yield that power. You're going to yield that big stick. But he's earned that right. He's earned that right. He's got to earn that. He's got to yield that big stick, right, Vinny?
What? You do it at least 3 times a podcast.
We'll do what?
Just
Make
say
you laugh?
something off the, yeah.
That's good. That's what I try to do here. Make you laugh, Vinny.
You're doing a good job. Back to LeBron. And you guys need to calm down.
I think it's garbage. The way that the league is run nowadays, it's all these one-year contracts. You're giving all the power to the players. It should be about the team. Because
I need to get laid so bad, dude.
that's what your girlfriend's for.
I don't have a girlfriend anymore. My penis is about to explode. I haven't got laid in a
filled
week,
up?
dude.
Whoa, Vinny.
Yeah,
I could see that. The tension is mounting.
I'm pissed.
It's a good thing you have a get laid bar of the week later.
Oh, I do have that. I forgot
We'll
all
get
about
to that in a little bit.
Yeah, we will.
But do you think Golden State's going to be around for a while?
I do.
Yeah, because Steve Kerr's a genius.
But they can't pay everybody. How are they going to pay max out Green? You might have to let either him or Thompson go.
They might not win the finals, but
I would say
they're going to be relevant for the
they won the
next 10
finals with
years.
Thompson not doing well. They potentially move him, but Curry's one of the great up and coming players right now. You have Iguodala, who's a defensive mastermind. You got Draymond Green, very good hustle player. Great team, and they're young.
I think
It's exciting times.
Steph Curry is the type of player that you need to build a team around. LeBron James, he is the hired gun. He's the guy who goes in and he makes your team relevant. Steph Curry is the guy that you bring in and he makes your team better.
You know who I feel really bad for? And this might be random because I'm just an idiot. Mark Jackson. He built the Warriors and he was commentating during the finals.
I mean,
That's got to be
is.
painful, dude.
I mean, Steve Kerr just came in and essentially,
He was the Larry Brown,
yeah,
and he was the Rick Carlisle. Length or girth?
it's unfortunate.
Unfortunate? Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
It was unfortunate.
But yeah,
My penis, the way it's
penis is unfortunate.
it's very unfortunate.
So is John's.
All 3 of our wieners are unfortunate.
Not
as
mine.
as of right now. Well, no, not yours. My penis, life, and testicles are unfortunate. Jason Jarvi.
On that note,
On that note,
let's dive in
dive into what?
to the best segment that we have.
What?
Length or girth?
Length or girth? Length or girth? Question number 1. Jason, the King, Jarvi, your boy Joakim Soria gave up a grand slam in the 13th inning to your boy, John McElroon's boy, Todd Frazier of the Cincinnati Reds. Length or girth? Soria, is he his inconsistencies? Length or girth? Now, go.
I'm gonna go girth on this one. I think he'll figure it out. He's been good all season, and a guy is able to give up a home run here or there.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna say girth. He'll be the lone bright spot in our bullpen.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna cross my fingers here and say girth too. He could not fall apart. His ERA is at 2.45. He's got 16 saves, and I think he blew. Is it 3 now or is it 2? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Girth, please, Soria, get it together. Question number 2. Length or girth? Must-see JV has been anything but must-see JV. And he's not JV anymore. He's just Justin Verlander. And the dude has gained a substantial amount of weight. Anyway, length or girth, Verlander is sloppy secondary pitches, length or girth.
It's definitely going to be Girth for this one.
What?
He's going to figure it out.
Oh my God!
He's a great player, and we'll talk about this next in our next topic.
Yeah.
But I think Verlander has what it takes to really step up those secondary pitches, because his fastball isn't always going to get him by everything, especially now that he's not throwing 97, 98 all the way through the game. I think he'll definitely get his secondary pitches working, and he'll become our number 2 pitcher again.
I think you're completely wrong, and shame on you for saying that. I know you're a slap, and I know you love him. I'm going to go length. The guy's changeup, curve, and slider looks absolutely brutal. Wow. I don't know what to say anymore. He's done. That sucks. $28 million. $28 million. Wow. John McEnroe probably has the smallest penis on the planet, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Damn it, Verlander. Question number 3. LeBron James, your boy, his hairline, his ridiculousness. The guy can't win a championship in Cleveland. I hate Cleveland, first of all. And second of all, length or girth. LeBron and not his drought in Cleveland, length or girth.
His drought in Cleveland? I will definitely say length on this one. The guy's not ever going to win in Cleveland. I don't like the owner, and I don't like Cleveland as a city.
I don't like it either.
And they're never going to win.
I disagree. And I don't like Cleveland, LeBron, Corey I don't like anything about Cleveland.
Johnny Manziel?
Yeah, but I want to go girth because I got $500 on them going.
You actually have $500 on them?
Hell no. This for the
But you
podcast,
would.
for podcast purposes. Brought to you by
$500 of Monopoly money.
Yeah, brought to you by editing. John can't wait to just edit this up. He's sick. That'll do it for length or girth.
Length or girth.
Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
So, Tiger Woods just finished up the U.S. Open, and I know we've sworn never to talk golf.
Yeah.
But he's been horrible.
He's been awful.
He's been plus 31 in his last 2 tournaments. And he really has. He's dropped off. He was winning tournaments left and right. He was a force to be reckoned with. And then he just fell off the face of the earth.
I agree.
So is there any other athlete that we've seen that has just gone from being at the top of their game to being completely irrelevant?
The one that comes to my mind is Terrell Owens, T.O. I mean, he got that injury, and a lot of times these things happen when a player gets a little bit older and they get injured. But Terrell Owens was a great player. A great player.
Any sport. Doesn't matter.
Terrell Owens was a great player. He was, still a guy that could have been productive. And once he got hurt, he was cut, and no one ever brought him back. No one ever really gave him a chance. So that one that comes to my mind right off the bat.
That sparks me too. A former teammate of him, Chad Ochocinco. He was huge, and then he just dropped off.
Yes, he did.
But to bring this locally, what about Justin Verlander?
What does this have to do with Stan Van Gundy's penis? This has nothing to do with it.
Oh no, JV's reached Tiger Woods status.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
you never know.
What a dick.
He was.
Wow.
I know, but he was at the top of his game, and right now he's towards the bottom of our rotation.
The bottom.
I was thinking that last night. I was like,
cooked.
I was like, man, we're paying him $28 million. I could tolerate 7 years, $90 million for his contract. I feel like we should cut his contract in half.
Now, I do see some similarities between Tiger and JV in that both of them can turn it around. Both of them are great athletes. They have the stuff. I think Tiger, golf is definitely different than baseball. He at least has another 15 years in him.
Tiger?
Because you can play for forever. It's golf. You can play golf into your 70s. But I think Tiger, if he figures out his swing, he'll be successful again.
I think he also needs to get with a really top of the line, top 2 coaches in the world. I mean, suck up your pride, do what you got to do, and get a real coach. Who has the coaches been? They've been a bunch of bums. They've been a bunch of Vinnies.
But similar to Tiger,
What the hell did you say?
I think Justin Verlander can do the same thing.
Damn, dude, calm down.
I think JV can work on the secondary pitches, and he'll become that an ace again. I think he can do that.
Damn, my bum for real? Jesus Christ.
And I know JV may not need. He's got Kate Upton. He's all good. He's got the gash.
Dude.
But for all of our other listeners out there, where can they get some help?
I can't get my mind off of Kate Upton. Wow.
We're not talking about you and Kate Upton.
Oh, I forgot.
We're talking about the fans. We're talking about our listeners.
The Get Laid Bar of the Week.
Oh my God, I forgot all about the Get Laid Bar of the Week. It is that time for the Get Laid Bar of the Week. The Get Laid Bar of the Week, brought to you by Fanatic U. Right?
You said it. Thank you.
Sure. Doc Sports Retreat. 19265 Victor Parkway, Livonia, Michigan. Pub, grub, and 30 draft beers. And an indoor, outdoor sports bar with gaming options and 70-inch flat screen HD TVs. Isn't that something? All right, let's get down to business. 5-to-1 women to dude ratio. Your penis is in great hands at Doc's Sports Retreat. Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
I was always curious, where do you get your equations for this, the woman to dude ratio?
Stan Van Gundy.
Obvious.
I make them up, to be honest with
Obviously.
you. I go there, and with my eye, I make my own ratio. It's
count.
usually the other way around when I say women to dude ratio. It's usually dude to women ratio.
It's
I went to
usually
the
5 to
Firebird
1.
Tavern last night, downtown Detroit. I swear to God to you, Jason, I went upstairs, there's a dance floor. There was literally 25 guys on the dance floor, no women. I couldn't believe it.
Did you dance with them?
Yeah.
Did you take your shirt off?
I couldn't believe it.
So-
I did not know that was leading into the Get Laid Bar of the Week. I had no idea.
NBA Finals,
Yes.
NHL Final. It's all over. We're just with baseball now.
Yeah, we are.
No, this week we got a couple things. Yep.
We got WNBA playoff games.
Oh.
Series is versus Cleveland on the road, the White Sox, and then the NBA draft. And then the Lions. There's always Lions talk. You can always explore a lot of
What are we
different
going to
things.
talk about?
We will have to start talking about the Lions again.
Garrett Gilbert? We already broke it down last week.
Who?
It's some quarterback they picked up from the Patriots.
The Patriots released a second or third string quarterback, and the
Apparently
Lions
they're-
picked him right up.
Apparently they're trying to light a fire off Stafford's ass.
Well, they also got that Anthony Boone kid.
They cut him for Garrett Gilbert, Dan
They also
Orlovsky.
cut your boy Bill Bentley.
I heard about that. Well, we didn't talk about that.
We can talk about that next
The
week.
entire 2012 draft, gone.
It's not looking good for the old drafts because they say it takes a couple years to evaluate, and 2011 was a wash.
Oh, I thought he was going to be the man.
Like we said, injuries. Injuries play a big part.
He was a
and
third-round draft pick, right?
Yeah.
I already
Well,
met him.
it's all about the
towards
future.
ACL in the first game. And
Did he
never got
really,
back.
John?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Injuries. That's what
And
happens.
It's all about the future. We'll definitely talk. We'll dive into some Lions talk next week. We know that all of you are just dying to hear our breakdown of the Lions. Vinny probably gonna predict them to go 7-9.
No.
And
6-10.
I'll open up that oven, put in the cornbread,
Yeah.
slather that butter.
Oh.
But
Let's wrap it up, brothers.
for this week, I'm Jason Jarvi.
I'm Vinny Stubbs, Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Okay, nice idiot. F you. Bye bye.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Loser.